Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if I could have your attention, please. It's now time for the next part of our post-match entertainment here in the Circle. Please, would you welcome back a couple of gentlemen who you saw before the game as well. Former Tiger Dean Windass and former Stoke City and Hull City footballer Leigh Palin. Come on, sir. Okay. I hate it when it's like this. Where do we start? Dean, where do we start?
I'm not sure, really. I think that there was a fight at the end, wasn't there? Was there a fight, wasn't there?
I only half saw it because I was reading the full-time scores out. I only heard about it.
There's no point fighting that 94 minutes, is there? Do you know, I think that performance-wise, again, not very good. Do you know, people not taking responsibility. Listen, football's all about confidence, and you can see that the confidence is not there at the minute. Do you know, listen, 2 wonder goals by Shaqiri, to be fair, but he's left-footed. I've never been a defender, but you show him on the outside, you don't let him come inside. Do you know, and he's bent it in the top corner, and then the free kick, I said to Leigh, he'll score you, and he did. But then, second half, you know, I think Hernandez maybe could have scored a couple of goals, you know. The ball over the top and left foot, and he's blasted it over the bar, where he should have gone across the keeper, and the one where Leigh said he ducked. He'll have to look on Match of the Day, but he didn't want to get his hair wet or whatever. But listen, at the end of the day, it's been a poor performance again. Do you know, Mick won't be happy, the supporters aren't happy, and do you know, forget about the game in midweek, Bristol City. Leigh mentioned in the other room, if you're going to play the game at Bristol City, play the team who's going to play against Watford next week. Get a bit of confidence, get a win under your belt, and see what happens at Vicarage Road.
Consensus of opinion seems to be that once the substitutions were made, though, we did seem to pick up our level of performance.
Well,
would you agree with that?
Yeah, but I think it's very difficult, you know, when the supporters are shouting, get another striker on. Not many managers play 2 strikers in the Premier League. The only way we're going to be able to play 2 strikers is if we play 3 at the back, you know, do a 3-5-2 system. So Mick's obviously then put Hernandez up front, you know, and change the system because they had to. But I agree with Leigh. I think that was in second gear, and if they could have stepped up, you know, they would have done.
Leigh, as somebody who's not watched the Tigers on a regular basis for a while, how did you see it?
Well, I think if I'd have come at the start of the season when they had them couple of results, I bet there was a spring in the step. There wasn't a spring in the step today. We said before the game, you've got to go and press the ball, get the football off them, and they showed Stoke too much respect first half. Second half, went a little bit longer, put Hernandez on, put them under a little bit of pressure, got deeper in their half. When it was 1-0, anything can happen, but wonder goal, free kick from Shaqiri, and that 2-0, he said the game's over really then.
Dean was talking about lack of confidence as well. I mean, to me that showed. It's difficult to put right. You were saying about they should be playing the same team that they're going to play at Watford next week in the game against Bristol. There's always the chance of an injury here or there, though, by doing that. But what point, you know, can we get from that will bring a level of confidence back, because we are in a bit of a state at the moment?
It don't matter who you win, you've got to go and find a result from somewhere, whether it's in the third team, reserves, whatever it may be. You've got to play a team, get some confidence, settle back 4, 5 in midfield, 1 up front, or even 2 up front, whatever you're going to do it. Next game, you go and win it. That's what I would say. You know, I said in the next room there, me and Dean, have played in teams, both at Hull, me when I was at Stoke. It's a terrible thing, and I feel for the lads, when you're not confident, you don't want the football. And there was 3 or 4 of all lads out there today that for me were hiding. And I've seen them play. They've been here 2 or 3 years now, and I've seen them play a lot better than that and show the quality that they have got. But today there was a few missing today, I thought.
Dean, if you'd have been out on the pitch and you were well known as somebody who would rally the troops, what kind of stuff would you have been saying and shouting at your teammates?
Listen, the game's changed now, but the trouble is there. I always said, you know, like Phil Brown used to say, if the game was flat or, you know, you're not playing very well, then sort of cause a bit of a ruck or something. You know, get the supporters off the seats, or go kick somebody and take a yellow card for the team, or do something, because obviously when you're not playing well, you know, you need something to turn around. You know, and I was that lad who, you know, sort of go and smash somebody and then get out of the way and let somebody else get in. And it brings the supporters up, you know, and that's what you need. But today, Leigh said at the start of the programme, or the start of the show, is that you've got to go press, you've got to go force the issue, you know, and we stood off, we were too deep, you know, and then second half, when we did start playing the longer ball, like, you know, Leigh said, centre-half stopped like facing their own goal, You know, Shawcroft will just kick the ball out for a corner. Then, but we could have got. Daft as it seems, we could have got a couple of goals. If that had been me, I'd have been disappointed with them chances that Hernandez missed. You know, it's on his left side. You know, and he's got to hit it across the goal. And then there, he's got to head it. Just take a cut, and pick the ball out the net, and then get on with it. But for me, you know, Mick will be disappointed. You know, and obviously some things have got to change very quickly because, you know, losing becomes a very bad habit, and confidence is very low at the minute. And where you're going to get it from is your characters, and you need your characters. You need people to dig people out. Ever go at people. You know, even if you're your best mate, you've got to dig them out because now it's like that you know they're falling on the floor and they're picking teammates up. What are you picking them up for? Do you know what I mean? If you're going to pick them up, nip them behind the thingy or do something. So they punch you or something. You know, you've got to do something different to win a game of football. Sometimes, unfortunately, you know, you don't win football matches by being nice, and that is a fact. That is a fact. And at the minute, we're too nice. And I know the game's changed in the sense of going around kicking people or tackling, but go compete, go, you know, and give us something. Give us something. And you know, I spoke to Roy Keane at the end there. Do you think Roy Keane would be picking people up or, you know, and dragging people up? Listen, the game's changed and all that, but to win a game of football, you've got to do more than that, unfortunately.
If you'd been on the pitch today, what kind of after-match team talk would you be expecting downstairs right now from Mike?
Well, after half time, you'd be, you know, Phil Brown used to give us 3 minutes to ourselves. He'd stay out the room, and you'd have a massive argument with me and Ashby used to be scrapping every weekend. You know, and it's one of them situations where, you know, you're digging people out because they're not doing their job, and then if you're not doing your job, they'll dig you out in it. Listen, you're friends, of course you are. You have a beer afterwards, but while you're in the moment, you know, like at full time, I don't know if it might happen. It might happen. Do you know, the experienced ones, but not even the experienced ones. If somebody's not playing well, then tell them. Do you know, and listen in a nasty way, but then go, well, I didn't mean it. It's just that I want you to do well. Do you know, we did. He was a flair player, but he'd ever got it. If you give the ball away, we don't seem to ever go at anybody when we give the ball away. And like Leigh said, listen, when you're in a rut, you don't want the ball. People start to hide. You know, they don't want to give the ball away. David Marler, for me, first half, you know, it's the worst performance I've seen from a footballer for a long time. But it's tough when you're out there. It's not easy. You know, and that's where you've got to have big shoulders and big characters and strong minds to say, give me the football and I'll dictate the play. But at the minute, we're not doing that.
Leigh, were you ever left alone by the manager after a game for a few minutes to have it out with your teammates?
We used to do it every week, to be fair. You used to dissect it, you know. You're passionate, them lads. Don't think for 1 minute they're not upset down there, you know. And I think, to fair to them, some are playing out of position. I thought the manager's picking what he's got at the moment, but it's desperately need new faces in. Because 3 or 4 weeks, Christmas coming up, it could be gone. You know, it needs to be addressed. You know, whoever's in charge, it's got to be addressing.
Has Dean looked after you today, Leigh?
I think so, yeah. I've had to walk up them stairs too many times, I'll tell you. But apart from that, it's been fine. I've enjoyed it.
Has he been all right with you today, then, Leigh?
Yeah, he's lost a little bit of weight this week. But no, he's a good lad, as you say. Yeah, thanks for him to come down. I was struggling to get people from Stoke, so he was my last resort. So I know.
That must have cheered you up no end.
Oh, I knew I was last resort. He told me that. Yeah.
Well, listen, it's been a pleasure to have you here, and don't be a stranger. We'll see you again soon. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Leigh Palin and Dean Windass. Thank you, gentlemen. Pleasure to have you both here today.